This entire NBA Finals has been so incredible, and I just cannot get enough of it. If there's one thing I've noticed about the Finals this year, it's that clearly the Cavs are going to get beaten. Even if they would have won that first game, I just feel like, I just know that Golden State would have been able to pull through. LeBron cannot play against a team so defensively sound. They are just a sound defensive team. They kill you with their ball movement. That's another thing. When they move the ball, they tire out the defenses and then explode in the third quarter. I almost feel like they pool shark a team in the first half. Like they don't play, they get the other team used to a shittier version of themselves in the first half. And that's what I think Golden State does. Another thing that Golden State does that I find very appealing is that they really ramp up their game in the second half. It always happens. And they know that they have to exceed in the third quarter, because if you take a jump start lead in the third, you're going to go in with the fourth with good momentum. Obviously, ideally you want to take the lead at the half. Ideally, right? If they can, they're going to do it, obviously. But they're not going to play the full version of their ball. They're going to relax, they're going to move the ball still, but they're going to wear out that defense. And by the time the third quarter hits, most teams are struggling. They really are, even though they have a halftime break. And then once the fourth quarter hits, it's when it gets really tough, because they've been moving the ball at a maximum capacity. So once the fourth quarter hits, that opposing defense is so worn down that there's just nothing that can be done. So I think that the Warriors have the total advantage, the total package in this round. I just don't see any other scenario. There's just none. And I find it so funny that I think it's okay to count out LeBron at this point. And I say this not because I think LeBron is the best player in the league, and he's better than Jordan. I honestly think he's better than Michael Jordan offensively. Maybe even better than Magic Johnson. It's so tough to say. I still think Wilt Chamberlain's the greatest player of all time, but let's not steer off too much off track. I think that what we're seeing here in the league is one team that came together with a great offensive and defensive system, and that's Golden State. Obviously, they're like the San Antonio Spurs. They're coached by Steve Kerr, who came from the Greg Popovich offense, who came from Phil Jackson offense. He's played under great coaches, and I feel like he combines all of these coaches, all their techniques, all their play styles, their demeanor. Kerr is, in my opinion, better than all of those coaches combined already. And yeah, you could say, yeah, but he had all these great players. It's like he took a team that was scraping by. They had talent, but the moment he got there, they go to the finals and win it. Now you tell me that ain't fucking incredible, right? Seriously. And this is before KD. And in the year they lost the finals, they were that close to winning it too. Steve Kerr is just a solid coach. And I think he's going to go down as one of the best coaches of all time. Even if this Warriors dynasty collapses, he's going to find a way to make this style of basketball work. I can't remember which NBA player said it, but Steve Kerr is a great manager of people. He really is. And that in itself makes it to where he's just a great manager. It's kind of what a coach is in a sense. He gets his guys pumped up. He, gets them in the right direction. He manages them. He lets them know their role. He makes sure that they know their capabilities and gets them to improve. He really reminds me of a Greg Popovich style coach. And I think it's important for people to realize the greatness of Steve Kerr in all this, that nobody gives him credit. Of course, a lot of it is the talent too on the team, like I said, and they are a super team now because they got Kevin Durant. Like I said, I still think the finals I think it's going to be a clean sweep. I hate to say it. I don't want to count out LeBron, but how tired he's getting, there's nobody stepping up, and I don't think anybody's stepping up against this Warriors team. They're defensively too good, and the Cavs defense sucks. So it's going to take a lot of effort if the Cavs want to win a single game in this series. I don't think they're pulling off a win of the series. I think it's going to be a clean sweep. Golden State wins it all 4-0. But I still think LeBron is one of the greatest players, actually the greatest player of all time, outside of Wilt.